Welcome back. Today we're going to be diving into AI and how it's taking people's jobs across the United States and what jobs are being most impacted. According to CBS News, so far this year, at least 10,000 jobs have been directly attributed to being lost to AI in the United States. Now, I suspect that number is actually higher. A few things, it's sometimes hard to know exactly why you lost your job. Your department got downsized. Was your job necessarily broken up between multiple people, or did AI fully replace you or partially replace what you did? You know, if a company had two people doing a job and AI took half of both, they often lay off one and move that work over to the other and have AI continue it, making it sometimes hard to directly attribute job losses to it. There's expectations that it could be millions, and there's a lot of people that firmly believe that over the next few years, tens of millions of people will probably lose their jobs across the world, including the United States, to AI. So we'll break down what's happening here and more with this. But I got a few tips I think will help you know if your job's at risk and what you can do for it. But with all this though, if you like what we do here, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that thumbs up. I would really appreciate it because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, helping us break free from the high cost of TV, or in your case, making the wrong decision in a job career, force of habit. But also, I'd love to know if you enjoy these videos where I break down some interesting things happening in the world of news, not necessarily related to cord cutting. All right, CBS broke it down. They think at least 10,000 lost this year. Interestingly, a majority of these jobs seem to be in entry-level, kind of white-collar work. Office staffers who do basic entry-level work, data collecting, data organizing, customer service jobs are some of the biggest. Increasingly, AI call bots are taking a lot of the very basic customer service questions and handling them with AI bots. A lot of companies are laying off employees. It's very expensive to have people on the phone every time somebody calls to answer a question like, what's your current balance? How much is left here? And the like. Now with that, we're seeing a growing trend of people cutting back on paying AI bots for all this. I firmly believe we will continue to see a growing trend of companies out there losing money over and trying to move to AI. So which ones are more at risk? Again, office jobs. Some of the most protected ones, though, are things like HVAC, plumbing, electrical, the trade skills. Handyman services are increasingly, until we get these robots, which are probably still a long ways away from diagnosing and fully fixing somebody's furnace, water heater, air conditioner, and the like. But that seems to be one of the most demanding. Now, there's still a lot of good jobs here. Accounting, I've talked about it before, is in desperate need of people to come work for them and people to come fill vacant roles. But on the flip side, that massive void of more jobs in accounting right now than there's qualified professionals has led to a pushing trend of people trying to develop AIs for it. We're also seeing that in the trucking industry. There's a huge demand right now for jobs in the trucking industry of qualified people to drive trucks cross country. Because of that, a lot of trucking companies are investing heavily in AI with the hope that they'll be able to replace a lot of these open jobs with AI-driven trucks, and not fully, for now though, eliminating human drivers, but hopefully reducing the demand for them to meet the capacity. We'll see what happens here. It is going to be an interesting transition. This is going to be, I think, very painful over the next 20 years, as jobs who were long seen as very safe suddenly are not. Some of them include things like computer programmers, writing line after line after line of code. Microsoft and others are developing AIs to try to help that, removing the need for a lot of grunt work in AI coding for different, or in coding for different projects, to move it over to AI. Customer service, basic data entry, and the like has been just devastated already. And I think we're just seeing the start here. And a little bit, I think the floodgate will open, as there's a lot of companies, I believe, currently monitoring others that are making big pushes into this. And now because of that, once that becomes successful, they see that as a viable way to replace human workers. I think we're going to see a massive exodus there. I do worry at some point though, what's the big picture here? How far can this go? How far up the chain can AI take over? Well, humans, I don't think, will ever be fully replaced in the workforce. Much like the assembly line workers who thought forever they would get good jobs assembling cars, fridges, and other things have found themselves having to compete with the robots. Now, office workers are facing the same issue. Law and saying, well, I don't have to worry about my job because, a robot can't do XYZ customer service job or other roles. Well, that's becoming increasingly not true anymore. So let me know, has your job been impacted? I do believe that the estimates over the next 5 years or so that millions of people will lose their jobs across the United States and the world is very true. And I think that's only going to continue to get worse in the years to come. So leave me a comment, let me know, what do you think? How common is it that you think we're going to see people losing their jobs to AI with this? I don't know. Does it surprise you that only 10,000 people, according to CBS, can directly attribute their job losses to AI? I think that number is low. I'd love to hear what you think of it. Well, that's it for today. Sometimes I just like to do different random videos in here, things that stand out to me. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. So its AI algorithms recommend our videos to more people. Until then, take care, be safe. I'll talk to you all again real soon.